Sports.
What is poppin'? So then welcome back. The South Dakota Coyotes football team is in the midst of its third consecutive trip to the FCS playoffs, but the Yotes are hunting for the upset as they visit number 3 Montana in the FCS quarterfinals. Coyotes and Grizzlies meeting for the 21st time in program history, but for the first time in the playoffs. First drive of the game, Keila Aya hits Drew Deck for the 1-yard touchdown. Grizzlies on the board first. Early second, though, more from the Grizz. Eli Gilman takes it straight up the gut, and Montana takes a 17-0 lead. Coyotes down, but not out. L.J. Phillips Jr., we've heard his name a lot this year, scampers 23 yards and reaches across for the score just before the break. It was 24-7 at the break. Grizzlies get the win, 55-22. USD ends the year at 10-5 overall. Now, more playoff action is underway at the college level. This time, it's the Creighton Blue Jays volleyball team playing for the NCAA regional title, gearing up to face the top-seeded Kentucky Wildcats. Kentucky claims the first set. Blue Jays battling from behind in the second frame, down 13-5. What a dig from the Wildcats. Kentucky loading up. Creighton comes up with the block, 1 of 16 on the day for the Jays. Now, Wildcats go up 2-0. Match point, home team. Brooklyn Daly on the kill, just out of reach for Creighton. Kentucky is headed to the Final Four, eliminating Creighton 3-0. Creighton ends their year with a 28-6 record and its second consecutive Elite 8 appearance. Now, the GPAC standings for men's and women's basketball remain competitive ahead of the holiday break, with many teams in search of another tally in the win column. Starting off with Briarcliff women's battling Hastings. Chargers hoping for a bounce back after dropping its last 3 home games. Hastings comes into the game on a 4-game win streak. BCU up big in the third quarter, but you can't count out the Broncos. Hastings coming up with the steal. Addison Milnark takes it to coast for 2, make it 58-39. Chargers coming up with a response. Briarcliff goes around the horn into the hands of Taylor Soderman, connects from the corner to the junior, 16 points in 11 minutes. Chargers defend home court, 89-76. Now, more women's action in Sioux City. Morningside hosts Doane. Tie game at 6-2 apiece with less than a minute left in this one. Mustangs hoping to break through. Lily Volerstein works inside. Spin move, gets some help from the glass to make it 64-62. Doane calls timeout. 2 of her team high 25 points. Tigers turn up the pressure out of the huddle. Feed inside to Megan Chambers, who about the bucket and the foul. She would miss the free throw, keeping the game tied up 64-64. Time winding down though. Mustangs first shot is off. Kinsley Hall there on the rebound. Beats the buzzer. Mustangs win a thriller 66-64.
Clancy threw it up and I just thought, get to the board, do whatever I can, and I got the shot up. Honestly, I thought the time was out, and then everyone came rushing to me, screaming, say, it counted, and that was just amazing. I've never done anything like that, and it was just a life-changing experience.
Mustangs take its 3-game win streak into its Florida trip. They'll face Thomas on Tuesday at 11 a.m. Defenders have won the last 10 meetings. Bulldogs with a chance for its first series win since 2021. Defenders held a good lead going into the second half. Some nice ball movement here. Rock ends up with Olivia Harzan. She'd nail that one for 3 to extend the lead. A little later, Concordia getting the rebound, tries to get down court, but Willow Bleeker has other opinions on that. She keeps it in bounds, gets to Grace Schohoven, ends up with to finish off for another score. This one was Dort all over the board. They rolled the Bulldogs 79-57. Also in Sioux County across the way, Northwestern men's basketball welcomes Midland to town. 2 of the last 3 matchups have been decided by single digits. Both teams exchanging leads early, but Jesse Van Kalsbeek would keep the scoring going for the Red Raiders. This drive, he'd go on to score 24 on the day. Jaden Langsy saw some of that and wanted that action. Number 11 would score 16 points during the game. Red Raiders would be down at half by 1, but that didn't faze them. They scored 54 points in the second half to go ahead and sail by the Warriors 92-75. Now, a big battle in the Big Ten. Number 23, Nebraska, puts its undefeated record on the line at number 3, Illinois. Huskers' win would give them team an 11-0 record, its best start in program history. Early in the first half, Huskers kick it out to Price Sandiford. Iowa native goes for a career-high 32 points that game. Tied up at 37-37 out of half. Rank Mass gets going with the trifecta. Huskers go on a quick run there in front, 59-51. Huskers hold on 80-77 lead with 17 seconds left. Tomislav cans the 3. State Farm Center is rocking 80-80. Nebraska with the ball. Nebraska in the ensuing play. Jamarcus Lawrence, ball game, 12-3. of the game for Nebraska. Huskers stay perfect in dramatic fashion, taking down Illinois 83-80. Now, the Sioux City Musketeers are 2 for 2 on a 3-game weekend. They've got a chance to secure its 3rd consecutive win hosting the Fargo Force. Musketeers getting into the holiday spirit less than 2 weeks before Christmas. Sioux City took down Fargo 5-1 and looked to cap off the weekend in the win column. Great chance for Sioux City early. Will Tomko on the breakaway. He's got the goalie to beat. AJ White slams the door shut. Former Musketeer keeps the game scoreless. Force finding its groove. Luke McNamara knocks in the loose puck. His first goal since November 26 puts Fargo up 1-0. Now, the Force lead 3-0. Fans waiting to toss toes teddy bears. Max Anderson lights the lamp. It's plush pandemonium. Sioux City put together quite the comeback in this one, extending its win streak to 3 games with a 5-4 overtime win. Happy Sunday. Say the unbeaten Husker volleyball team took on Texas A&M in the NCAA regional final. Texas A&M took the first 2 sets, advancing to the next round started becoming a question for Nebraska. But 3rd set, they would make their stand. Set up for the big spike here. It would get away from the Aggies. Nebraska would take set 3. 4th set, Huskers would find themselves in a hole at one point, being behind 18-11, but they would claw their way back to set point. But both teams would exchange leads until the Huskers forced a set 5 after winning 37-35. 5th set did not go as hoped, though, for the Huskers. Aggies with the kill to hand Nebraska their first loss of the season and a set 5 thriller. The 2025 NFL regular season is nearing its finish. Teams are beginning to get woven out of the playoff contention. One team that isn't, though, is the Chicago Bears. Chicago in the hunt to claim the top of the NFC North hosted the Browns. Bears would strike first with 7-yard run from DeAndre Swift around the outside to make it 7-0. Shedeur Sanders and the Brownies couldn't get anything going. Sanders throwing 3 interceptions while also being sacked 5 times by the Midway Monsters. This one was all Chicago as they steamrolled Cleveland 31-3. Next, we head to Kansas City, where the Chiefs host AFC West rivals Chargers. Chiefs on the brink of elimination. They need to win this one. Kansas City would get the scoring going. Mahomes scrambling from 12 yards out to make it a 7-0 Chiefs ball game. Now, Chargers would go on to score 13 unanswered points late in the game, and the Chiefs would run into something you never want to see. Franchise quarterback Patrick Mahomes on a scramble, knee buckles, and he goes down and exits the game. It was confirmed later. Mahomes tore his ACL right here on this play. Backup Gardner Minshew would come in to replace Mahomes, but throw an interception, and the Chargers would win 16-13. Chiefs officially eliminated from playoff contention for the first time since 2014. Later in Denver, the Broncos took on the Packers, Pack sporting the all-white alternates. Denver would find the end zone first, but not till the second quarter. Nix rolls out, hits Michael Bandy. He'd take it in to make it a 7-6 ball game. Love answers back. He's going to drop one to Josh Jacobs. He makes a real tough catch in the end zone, give the Packers the lead. Denver would take a late game lead with a run from R.J. Harvey to win this one 34-26. Finally, in L.A., Matthew Stafford would host his former team, the Lions, who got to a hot start. Aiden Hutchinson snatching the big man interception off the edge, bringing all the way to the other side of the field, being chased down by Colby Parkinson. That would set up Jared Goff to dot up Amon-Ra St. Brown in the end zone to get the scoring going. Rams, though, would pull away in the 3rd quarter, making it a multiple score lead. Late in the 4th, Lions couldn't come back. They lose 41-34 after a failed late game push. All right, it's Sunday, so it's time to reflect on our biggest moments of the week in our Sports Zone Top 5 plays. It was a big week of big moments in Siouxland sports, but let's start with number 5. Number 5 takes us to Remsen St. Mary's girls basketball debut. Sophia Harpernot would steal that and race the basket for the layup. Hawks dominated in their first game back. Number 4 takes us to the NAIA volleyball natty. Down 1, looking to get back in it. Serve from Liv Ritzma would not be answered to even the match after the ace. Number 3, we go back to Remsen for the boys, but it would be West Sioux's Jonathan Flores intercepting that pass, taking it to the bank for a deposit. Number 2, we go to Dortz girls basketball. Willow Bleeker getting in front of that pass, keeping it in bounds to Gracie Sievers. She bounces it to Gracie Schoenhoven, and Schoenhoven finishes the job. But finally, our top play of the week goes to Morningside. Tie game with only seconds left to play. Shot is going to go up, and it misses. But Kinsley Hall is there for the board and sinks it before the buzzer to win a late game thriller. And that will do it for our top 5 plays of the week. And sports, we'll be right back after the break. What's poppin', Siouxland? Happy Monday and welcome to sports. Rough weekend for Chiefs Kingdom after Kansas City fell to the Chargers 16-13 and were eliminated from playoff contention for the first time since 2014. But to add insult to injury, franchise quarterback Patrick Mahomes went down with an injury. On a late fourth quarter drive, Patrick Mahomes scrambled out of the pocket to throw the ball away, being chased by a defender. While being brought down, though, his knee buckled and he went down. Mahomes had to exit the game due to an apparent leg injury and was replaced by Gardner Minshew. It was later confirmed the MVP quarterback had torn his ACL and will miss the remainder of the season. The recovery time for an injury like this will likely flood into next season. We'll keep tabs on that and keep you updated right here on KCU9 Sports. Well, speaking of Mahomes, Husker quarterback Dylan Raiola announced today that he plans to enter the transfer portal when the window opens on January 2nd. Raiola leaves Big Red after starting in 22 games, throwing for 4,800 yards, 31 touchdowns, and 17 interceptions. His 2025 campaign was cut short due to a broken fibula against USC. With the five-star recruit leaving, TJ Lateef, who stepped in to finish the season, will likely be the next candidate for the role of Nebraska's field general, but only time will tell. Lastly, we had a little bit of afternoon basketball action at Newman Flanagan Center as the Briar Cliff men's team hosted Graceland. The Chargers have won both matchups against the Yellow Jackets, with the last meeting being way back in 2019. Graceland leading after half 41-34. Chargers surging, trying to keep it competitive after the steal. There's a little ball movement, and the rock lands in the hands of Ryan Klepp. He drained that one for three. A little later, Blake Sindler would fake the three here, get that guy a map, finish with a drive and layup. Their second half push would be denied. Chargers lose to Graceland for the first time, 79-70. Sioux City saw some crosstown rivalry basketball tonight as Sioux City North hosted South Sioux City. The Stars looking for win number 2. Cardinals JV team stepping up, also fighting for that second win. North on the attack, and the pass is intercepted by the Cardinals. They get the ball around and down to Meadow Porter for the layup and one. They cut into an already large deficit. A little later, North still leading. They get it to Jaden Broward, and she dropped one from inside the paint. Stars took care of business and win the bout 68-44. On the boys' side of things, though, Stars coming off 2 straight losses, while the Cardinals are still looking for win number 1. A little bit into this one, mid-range missed. North gets the rebound and bumps it out to David Flores for 3. This one stays close. A little later, it's a scramble for the ball, and watch this behind-the-back no-look pass from Jamison Hausman to Ahmed Mohamed, who'd finish the job. What a play. Cardinals would pull away in the second half to get their first win, 73-57.